Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Missy Money channel. I'm Missy, I'm a mom of 3 and the owner of Missy Money, a small business that specializes in minimalist and aesthetic cash stuffing essentials to help inspire and motivate you on your personal finance and budgeting journey. Today I'm going to be cash stuffing my second paycheck of October, including variable expenses, sinking funds, and saving challenges. Stay tuned. Alright guys, it is time for my second paycheck of October, and as always I'm going to go ahead and start by unstuffing what's left over in my wallet from the week, from my variable expenses, and seeing if I'm going to roll those over into my next pay period or unstuff them and contribute them to saving challenges. So in groceries, we had $10 left, the rest went to Costco, so we will go ahead and unstuff that. Eating out, we actually did pretty well this week in terms of eating out. So we have $37 left. I will go ahead and unstuff that. Gas, I did not fill up, so I am going to roll that over into my next pay period. Spending money was fully spent this week. Say yes has $15. We'll go ahead and unstuff that. Be kind. I did not give out, but I will go ahead and roll that one over. And then miscellaneous has $25 left. I will go ahead and unstuff that. Spent, I am not ready to do an unstuffing yet. I will do that at the end of this pay period for my first unstuffing for October. So we won't touch that for now. And that is it for unstuffing my wallet. I will go ahead and set, that's a good bit of cash left actually if you kind of look at everything. That was a lower spend week. So I will go ahead and set this into my cash tray and we will contribute that to savings challenges towards the end of this video. And we will go ahead and get started. So for this second pay period of October, I went ahead and kept a similar plan to last week. So I did just do a double check in my digital budget planner, but decided to go ahead and transfer that over to my cash planning notepad. I just find this to be a really nice size to have off to the side. So I will go ahead and keep doing that. So no big changes to my plan versus last week. So I will go ahead and, like I said, set that to the side here so I can reference it as I'm doing my cash stuffing. This week I am going to be cash stuffing $1,650. So we will go ahead and pop this into the cash tray. And I mentioned this last week, but October is a magic month for me. So I will have an extra paycheck, a 5th paycheck in this month, and that paycheck will be a larger cash stuffing than what I typically do. So I am super excited to get to that one because that always feels like you make a huge kind of jump in your progress for a lot of savings challenges and sinking funds. So very eager to get to that one, but I'm sure it'll be here before I even know it. So we will go ahead and start with getting my wallet all set for the week. And I'm looking at my desk, guys. I could use a little cleaning of my desk. I've got some things accumulating on the sides that are outside of your camera view. So, and it's driving me a little bit batty. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that after this cash stuffing. All right, groceries. Groceries is going to get $200 this week, and I will do that as 2 $100 bills. We spent all $190 that we spent in groceries. We spent in a single Costco run, which like is almost hard to get out that cheaply. But man, Costco, the deals are just so good. So we'll probably keep doing that. We will go ahead and put $150 into eating out. This last Costco run, we grabbed some ribs, and I think Dan's going to grill them. So super excited about that for dinner today. Gas is going to get $50. I did have $50 saved up from last week because I did not fill up. So I will go ahead and add an additional $50 and we'll likely need to fill up this week. Spending money is getting $40. I will do that as 2 20s. And then CS is also getting $40. Again, we'll do that as 2 20s. Be kind, I did not hand out, so we will add 5 to that. So I've got the opportunity to do 2 this week. And the miscellaneous is getting my typical $50. I will do that as 2 20s and a 10 because I like to have flexibility in this one. All right, guys, and that is it for my wallet for the week. Next, we will go ahead and hop into my long-term sinking funds. So, starting with emergency. Emergency is getting $50 this week. So emergency now has 500, 600, 650, 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1000, 1050, 70, 90. So $1,090 saved up in emergency. $2,500 is my goal to reestablish our emergency fund at its kind of fullest peak point. So so a little bit of a ways to go there, but about almost halfway through. So that's encouraging. Insurance is going to get $30 this week. So insurance now has 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. So almost hit the $500 threshold on that one. It is at $495. Home is getting $50 this week. So home now has 500, 600, 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1000, 50, 100, 50, 70, 90. So $1,190. And I will need to pull a bit from that. We went and got, went to the Container Store and got an organizer for our junk drawer, which Dan hates the word junk drawer. And he was like, what else can we call it so that it doesn't like sound as unorganized, because it's like the one place in our house that is a little bit of a catch-all, but it's like all stuff we need, like Post-it notes, pens, dry erase markers for our calendar on the you know, fridge that we keep there for our kind of our family calendar. It's got our car keys in it. It's got, I don't know, like everything in there is actually not junk, but it was getting a little rowdy in there. So we went and got a couple of different organizing tools for it. So hopefully it'll look a lot better going forward. All right, car is getting $15. So it now has 500, 600, 700, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 800, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So that is getting to be in a good place too. Subscriptions is getting $20 this week, which will put subscriptions at 100, 200, 50, 300, 50, 70, 390, 410, 430, 450, 470, 490, 510, 530, 550, 570, 580, 85, 90, 95. So $595 in subscriptions. And then annual passes, we are building back up, so that will be getting, $30 this week, which will put it at 20, 40, 50, 60. And we will make a bigger contribution to that one with my Magic Month paycheck, which will hopefully get it to a better place. And then birthdays. Birthdays is getting $30. So birthdays now has 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 500 exactly. Awesome. And I know that that one feels like it's getting kind of up there, and but our kids' birthdays kind of go right in a row. And so we want to make sure that through the year we're building that one up, because once we hit kind of the new year, then it's, you know, Mavs, Callie's, and Remy's kind of right in a row. And we do birthday parties for each of them. So I want to make sure that we've got enough saved for that. St. Jude, I did make my donation for September. I remembered to do that right after my cash stuffing video last week. So I am now just starting to save up on a weekly basis for my October contribution. And so we'll have $20 ready to go in St. Jude. And then at the end of the month, I will make that donation. And that is it for my long-term sinking funds. All right, next up is my short-term sinking fund binder. So let's go ahead and get going on these. Shopping. Shopping is getting $30. So shopping now has 20, 40, 50, $60. Clothing is getting $30 as well. So that will put clothing at 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 105. Date night is getting $20 this week. So date night now has 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 240, 245. Dana and I do have a date night planned. It is a special date night, though. It's for our anniversary because I was actually out of town traveling for a game for our actual anniversary. So so we are going to use our anniversary dollars to celebrate our anniversary, and he's been putting a super fun plan together. And I'm just really excited for it. So that'll be in a couple weeks that we'll be able to do that. But we'll pull from anniversary and my holidays savings challenge for that. But it'll be good to build up date night over time as well, so we can get another date night in not too far after that. All right, family fun. Family fun is getting $50 this week. So family fun now has 100 or 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, which is good because we've got a home game this weekend that Dan will be bringing the kiddos to, so gives him enough of grace in there to get all the snacks and food to bribe them to last as long as the game as humanly possible. So self-care is getting $20, and self-care now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 55. Mav, I think, would stay the whole game if he could, but when you've got, you know, younger, his sisters are not as interested in football as Mav is right now, and so their attention spans on it don't last quite as long, so we'll see how long Dan is able to bribe them with snacks. All right, so Lola and Luna are getting $25. So that will put Lola and Luna at 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 405. Gotta get them food this week, so that will get a little bit pulled from it to cover that. Gifts is getting $30 this week. Another one we need to build back up a bit. So gifts will now have 20, 40, 50, 60. And school is going to get $50. So school will now have 50, 100, 20, 40, 45. And then oops is getting $30. So oops will now have 20, 40, 50, 60. All right, guys, and that is it for my short-term saving funds. So that means it is time for savings challenges. Let's go ahead and reorganize my cash tray a bit here with the cash that we've got allocated for savings challenges and then my leftover variable cash that we can add to it. So all right. That is a good bit that we're going to be able to put into savings challenges, and we will go ahead and start with the 52-week savings challenge, and we will double up on this one. So I am going to be filling in number 47, 48. I already know I do not have enough singles to do that, so we'll just see what we got. Guys, once I fill this out, I'm going to be on the very last page of this challenge, which is so exciting. Okay, I am going to do 40... 5, 6, 7. So I can do 47 exactly. So we will go ahead and do that. Amazing. And then I cannot do 48 exactly. So I'm just going to do 20, 40, and a 10. I'll just round up to $50 for that one. Always all right to round up if it means that we're saving more. So grab a pen here and we will fill in 47 and 48. And then I will be done with this in the next 2 weeks. And I will go ahead and unstuff it and show you all how much I saved in this challenge. I love this challenge because it's so easy, and it's kind of a throwaway challenge is a bad word for it because it makes it sound like it doesn't count. I just mean throwaway challenge in that it doesn't feel hard to do. Like it is just one envelope a week, or even doubling up. It doesn't feel hard to do. to get it in there. And then by the time you unstuff it, you're like, it's honestly surprising how quickly it adds up. So I'm super excited to complete that one for this year. 12-month savings challenge, and 12-month savings challenge is actually in the D-Stash bundle. So if you have not seen, I did post a video talking about the next D-Stash bundle sale, which is going to be this upcoming Friday. I am including a pack of the 12-month savings challenge trackers in that sale. Super excited for that. So if you have been eyeing the 12-month savings challenge, feel free to go look at that D-Stash bundle, because there will be a pack of trackers in there. I am going to go ahead and do $150 again. I did that last week, and I've got the flexibility to do it this week as well. So I will be able to fill in 15 of the little pumpkin stems, because each of my symbols are worth $10. And this is a flexible challenge, so you can set these symbols to be worth as much as you want. It can be worth $1 a piece, it can be worth $25 a piece, $50 a piece, whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. So I do $10 a piece. That's what I've been doing this year. Last year I did $5 a piece, so I doubled that, and I've really liked it being a $10 challenge. Maybe next year I will increase that again, but for now it is working well for me. So I'm more than halfway through that challenge, which is amazing, and hopefully next week or the week after I can finish that one out, and then we will be all set for the 12-month savings challenge for October. All right, let's get into the holiday savings. Hold on, guys. I'm hearing Remy cry, and I just want to see if I need to go help. All right, I think Dan's got it, but at some point I might need to go see what's going on over there. Okay. For the holiday savings challenge, Celebrate, which is for our anniversary, is fully funded. We are going to start spending that. Halloween is also fully funded. I did just order a couple of our Halloween costumes, so I will need to pull from that in my next unstuffing. Thanksgiving's fully funded. Christmas is almost fully funded, which is so exciting. So I am going to fill out, whoops, throwing bills here. I'm going to fill out another symbol for Christmas. Those of you that are moms, you probably know the sound of your kids' cries, and that cry didn't sound like a hurt cry, but it did sound like I'm frustrated, or I maybe got caught doing something I should have been doing something cry. So curious if you need to go in for some reinforcements. All right, New Year's. I'm going to go ahead and do $15 for, so I can just fill in the rest of this row here. I will go ahead and go do a contribution for this one. So I'm going to do $50 for the big game, and I'll just fill in one of these. So I'm not sure our team at the current pace is that we're going to need to use this envelope, but we'll just go ahead and save up just in case. Hopefully we do. I don't have any singles, so I will skip that one. And I think that's going to be it, guys, for the holiday savings challenge. So I'll go ahead and pull out the Magical Vacation Savings Challenge, which is getting quite full. Definitely in need for condensing for this one here soon. We're also just going to start spending this pretty soon. So, all right, so let's just go ahead and see what we've got. I'm just going to flip back here to other, as I usually do. We will do $200 for other. That is for our cruise fare. Fill in one of those symbols. Oh my goodness. It's like flicked to the ground. All right, guys, we are all set for other here. I don't know that it's going to be doable, but I have got this like grand hope of being able to finish this challenge with my magic month, like at the end of October, including my magic like week, my extra paycheck. I don't know if it's gonna be doable. I'm like looking right now to see if that, because that would be, I don't know, it might not be doable. Maybe, we'll see. Got like a dream of being able to do that, because that would be so huge. What did I do with the tracker? There we go. That'd be so huge, and it would like free up so much money every week if I wasn't putting $200 towards that a week. So man, I'd love to be in the position to be able to do that. We'll see. All right, I've got quite a bit left here. Quite a few 10s, quite a few 20s. So let's go find at least a $10 challenge and throw a good bit at that. All right, entertainment, guys. Let's see what we can do on entertainment here. I have got, it's a $10 challenge. Let's see if I can do a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go ahead and fill in a row. Lovely. Activities is also a $10 challenge. Let's see if I can do a row on this one. So we'll do 20, 40, 50. That is good enough for a row. All right, and then spending is also a $10 challenge. I've got a 20 and 2 5s left, so I will go ahead and pull all of that for spending, and I can fill out 3 of these. All right, guys. And that is it for savings challenges for the week. And that's also it for this cash stuffing. So for those of you that might not have seen it, I did post a video with a reveal of everything that's going to be in the D-Stash bundle sale. That sale will launch this coming Friday, October 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want to see everything that's in that D-Stash bundle, please feel free to take a look at that video. There is an oversized wallet, an A6 binder, several sets of A6 envelopes, a full set of all of my mini savings challenges, and then as I mentioned as I was going through, there's actually a pack of holiday savings challenge trackers and a pack of 12-month savings challenge trackers. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, that bundle is going to be at a super deep discount for you, and that is going to enable me to make room on my shelves here for a bunch of new items that are coming in. So super excited about that. Get a chance to head over and check it out if you'd like to check it out. And again, I just want to thank you so much for the support on this channel, for the support with the shop, and just for your support in this community in general. And as I am on my own personal finance journey, I just really genuinely appreciate it. And for those of you that are on your own personal finance journey, as always, I do want to take a moment to wish you a simple budget, a calm mind, and a happy life. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.